Hey guys, welcome to the Hexion podcast. I don't know how to start this. Like, do we just go or like I never know what to do.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, yeah. This time, as it was last time, it's going to be myself, You Ain't String, and Effects, and our special guest this time is Stefan Lim. So yeah, everybody say hello.
Did you really keep going from that? I thought we stopped and we're gonna do it a second time.
Did we? Is that what we're doing?
Matter.
I just thought we were just gonna keep going. I mean,
all right, let's keep going then.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, basically the way, or Steph, since you have obviously heard the last podcast because we've discussed it quite a bit, and Effects, you've heard the last podcast, and I meant to start off with a hypothetical question, but we ended with it last time. We're going to start with it this time just to get it out of the way. So I'm going to ask you guys actually, Steph, I'll ask you since you're the guest. Pick a number 1 through 4.
3.
All right. Here's your hypothetical question. If Jurassic Park were real, would you visit it?
No, because I don't want to die.
Well, everything doesn't have to go wrong. Like, let's say they actually were able to control the whole thing and it was going to be safe. Would you go?
Probably not, because I would get scared to death anyways.
All right, what about you?
Just being in the presence of dinosaurs is terrifying for me.
All right, what about you, Effects?
Thing is, when you said think of a number 1 through 4, the first thing that came to mind was 7.
If Jurassic Park were real, 7? would you visit it? Hamsters.
Well, do I have to answer the same question, or can I pick another number?
Yeah, just same question. If Jurassic Park were real, would you visit it?
Most definitely yes.
Why?
Why the heck not? You get to see dinosaurs. Because, I mean, even if they were fake dinosaurs, because if you've never been to Disneyland, there's this amazing ride there. I don't remember what it's called. It was like something through time, dinosaur amazingness. And even then, it was like you're going through this whole rigged track. You're in like a dark room, but it looks like you're in like the Jurassic era at nighttime, and you just see all these T-Rexes and things coming at you, and like dinosaurs eating like little baby dinosaurs that don't deserve to die, and you hear all the different noise, and it's thundering, and it's crackling, and then just zoom, you're back. You're in the future. And so if that is what it could be like when I go to Jurassic Park, then I would definitely get a fast pass for next time.
All right, so for myself, if Jurassic Park were real, would I visit? Of course. Like, all right, a lot of people that know me and a lot of people that have been... Well, actually, I don't think I've ever talked about this on my channel before, but a lot of people that know me, they know that I have one rule that I have never, ever broken in my life, and I will never break it ever in my life. And that one rule is that I will never, ever eat anything that's cooler than me. So, like, pretty much any kind of reptile or amphibian or anything like that, I consider them cooler than me. So, with that being said, with dinosaurs, first of all, I would need to know if they are going to be selling some kind of, I guess, dinosaur meat product or something. Like, if they're going to have, like, raptor patties, then no, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to support that. But if I could go and just, like, live the experience, I would be completely happy with that. Like, the way that I want to die, if I were to die right now, I would want it to be by getting eaten by a T-Rex. Like, I would be... Because, like... Think about it. You're up at the pearly gates. You're sitting up there and you're just hanging out. And then, like, you walk up and I think it's Gabriel at the gates. And he just goes, what happened to you? How'd you die? And you just go, freaking T-Rex, man. You just ate me. Like, the only thing that can compare to that is if they would have yelled, release the Kraken before you died. Like, and you actually get eaten by a Kraken. So, yes, of course I would go. Even with it being completely, like, I guess, without it being functional in the slightest, I would still happily go there and just have the time of my life. I would be the happiest person on the planet. And I would hope that I could get a mini T-Rex, like a little, like, toy T-Rex. Like, kind of like how you can get a toy poodle, but a
Or
T-Rex.
a souvenir store.
Yeah, like, just go there and just get these amazing things.
So that
That
means
one thing that I've eaten that's cooler than me is a shark. It was pretty delicious too.
I've never had shark.
I
don't
had a
think sharks are that
snail
cool.
once, and that is most definitely cooler than me.
Snails win.
And also, if the zombie apocalypse ever happens, and for whatever reason I'm with String, I
Rotten
know that
flesh.
if he gets bit, I know I'm fine.
Yeah.
Burn.
Ooh.
All right. That's so dumb. All right.
What does the number question have to do with that?
What question? Yeah, why did you ask us what number? Was it like pick this and you get this question?
Yeah, because I have a list of hypothetical questions that I typed out previously. So basically, right now there were 4 main ones I wanted to do. So I just asked which number, and I just chose down the list based on what you chose. But yeah, so getting to our first topic for the day, and that is being a younger commentator on YouTube. Because I know that both of you guys are younger commentators.
No, I'm not.
With Effects, you're a younger commentator, but you have a deeper voice. With Steph, you're a younger commentator, but as you say, you're a squeaker. So the thing that I want to ask you is, do you think that you guys, or that people take you guys less serious because you are a younger commentator?
Well,
Fex, you go first.
okie dokie. Well, just throw me into the spotlight there. Well, it's kind of like what you said with me. I mean, I just have a naturally deeper voice. I don't have to pretend with it. But if I want to sound really deep and seductive, I can do this. But normally, this is my normal talking voice. And so I'll like get into calls with people, or I'll log out on servers, and they'll just be like, out of curiosity, how old are you? And I'll be like, 15. And it'll be like, you sound like I mean, people have said that I'm 19, 23,
Yeah,
21.
I thought you were like mid-20s.
Yeah, and Prey thought I was 22. I mean, Tesla thought that I was at least a senior in high school. And so it was just like, people kind of get taken off or put off guard when they find out that they're older than me and they sound like Steph compared to me. But, I mean, once they know that, I think they've already taken me seriously watching my videos, not only because I'm older, but because I'm not going into my videos screaming like an idiot. I just talk like I normally would. I have fun playing the game, and then once I've, I guess, earned their seriousness, attention, I don't know what you would say there, it doesn't go away. It's not like when people find out that I'm younger than what they think, I suddenly lose subscribers or things like that. It's just I'm open about it. I have no problem with it, and I never lie about my age, so people respect it.
Fair enough. All right, Steph, what about you?
I would generally think that with my, younger voice, people would like less respect me, but I don't really care about that. I just care about doing videos, having fun. But like, I would say a lot of people, like, when I'm doing videos, I would like consider most of them about the same age as me, so I don't get scared that often. Because a lot of people in my class, they have heard my mic voice, which is not doesn't sound the best.
Yeah.
But in real life, it's a lot different. So I just try to picture I'm talking as my real life voice. I don't care about my mic voice. So every time when I go back to edit, I feel like I'm just turned into this squeaky little kid. But when I'm talking, I just sound like, I don't know. I sound like, to me, I sound like Effects or something.
You sound like
I can see that. 'Cause
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. But yeah, like I can see that because I've had this conversation with you guys a lot about how you've basically got your head voice, your chest voice, and then you've got your, what voice people outside of you are hearing. Because like whenever I was doing a lot with recording and whatnot, I actually had to try my hardest to mix the audio to match the person's head voice just while they were recording or while they were doing the tracking. So I had like an EQ set directly for that. And the reason why I would do that is because if they're a newer artist, whenever they first come in, they start recording, it'll take them forever to actually start to, I guess, nail the parts. So, like, I'd get a vocalist in, they start singing, and then, like, if I don't add on this EQ, they'd sit there and they'd be like, this doesn't sound right. Let's do that again. This doesn't sound good. Let's do that again. That doesn't sound good. Let's do it again. They'll literally just keep doing that over and over and over again because it's not matching the voice that they're used to hearing. So, like, I guess with that being said, and with the differences between the head voice, the chest voice, and just a voice in general, whenever I started like getting heavier and heavier into like, I guess, let's play based commentaries, I did a lot of research on like Reddit and other forums and whatnot. And this is what brings us to the topic, is that whenever I first started, a lot of people had said that 80% of a let's play or a commentary is the voice. Like, so basically what they're saying is, I guess 8 out of 10 times, well, we could reduce that, but whatever. But yeah, for the most part, people they'll go to a video and they'll stay and watch the whole video and just like actually pay attention to the video based on whether or not I guess they find the person's voice attractive or something, like on a subconscious level. I don't know.
Why don't I have more subs? Just kidding. Go on.
I don't know. That is bizarre. But yeah, like, do you think that is the case for you guys, and with the amount of subs that you've been able to gain? Because Steph, I've seen you go from like 7 subs to 30 in no time, and for me, I sat at 13 subs that I had pretty much before I started the channel.
It's fact straight. I have 24.
Well, okay, so you have 20. You had like 33 last time.
No, I never had 33.
Yeah, because you said you had 33, and I was like, oh, I have 433.
No, I said I had 23.
Wow, Steph, get wrecked.
Okay, well, whatever. So I had, so with even still, like for me, the first like 6 or 7 months, I had the same 13 people that weren't watching my videos. So for the majority of the first year that I was creating content, nobody was watching these videos other than myself. And every once in a while, there'd be like one random person that kind of comes along, and then they'll like, there was one time where somebody left a comment, and then that was it. And yeah, I mean, like, do you think that any of that, or like the voice really matters in terms of your growth nowadays?
In terms of growth, no. In terms of how long people will stick around, yes. I think it might be because I started doing YouTube 3.5 years ago or something like that, and I used to have a much higher voice because, for those of you that don't know about male anatomy, your voice tends to drop really quick. But I mean, back then I can tell. My voice was still deeper than yours, so shut up. No, but I mean, I don't think that people like. They left because of my voice. I think in the end it comes down to what you're talking about and how you're talking about it. But I do think that if you don't sound like a mature person, that doesn't necessarily mean you have a deep voice. If you don't sound like a mature person, people are going to leave. I don't think that it means how many subs you're going to gain, but I think that no matter if you have a voice like Morgan Freeman or a voice like Tiny Tim, I don't think that matters in terms of how many subs you're going to get.
Okay, so, well, what about you, Steph? What do you think?
Sorry, what?
Okay, so how much do you think that the person's voice actually affects how long you're going to hang out at a video, and do you think that has affected your growth at all? Not like physical growth, but channel growth.
I don't think it affects it that much, cause like, some people that have squeaky voices, like Willie Goat, he has like 128 subs now. He's grown like a lot in the past year or something, and he's a squeakier voice than me.
That is true. But you've been growing really quick.
Yeah.
With Willie
Dragon.
Goat, Dragon.
She's afraid of people knowing, or she doesn't like her voice, but a lot of people have heard her voice already, and people have like debates about is she like, what age is she? Is she like 14? Is she like 11?
Well, the first conversation was, is that a girl? And then it was like once people found that out, everybody was like, "She sounds really cute. She has the most adorable laugh. I love her. I love her. Put her in more videos. I love her voice." But like she's super self-conscious about her voice because she like it's not again it brings us back to the head voice, chest voice, whatnot, because her voice doesn't sound the way that she expects it to sound whenever she's recording. But yeah, like sorry, continue, Steph. I kind of cut you
Yeah,
off.
we've told Dragon like a lot of times, don't care about your voice, care about the people. Like they don't care about your like
Like
they
the
do care
president.
about your voice, but thanks Obama. They they care about the voice, but they don't mind the voice like most of them anyways.
Like
They eventually grow to love it
see
because that's who they're watching.
that's true.
Can't really change that.
I know that there was one commentator that the kid was right about your age. I know that he called himself a squeaker as well, and he was a really really young kid. But I mean, I don't remember what the kid's name was, but his channel just blew up. Like it was huge, and
Was it Redstone Kid?
no.
Oh, what was his name though? Oh my God.
It was some kid that always did PvP because every time somebody said something about him, I went to his videos. And again, this is a good example because for myself, I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos. So whenever I went and I saw that kid's video, because a bunch of people kept going, "Oh man, you got to go check this guy out. Like he's a squeaker, but his content is awesome." I went and I checked it out, and first I saw there was a PvP based video, and that immediately turned me off because I don't really enjoy watching PvP on YouTube. Like if it's on a server that I play frequently and I need to like learn a map or something, then I'll sit down and I'll actually watch it. But in terms of like a PvP montage, I really don't care. Like no
Well,
matter how much I try, I just do not care about that montage because Minecraft PvP to me is not exciting unless you're doing it and it's like a super long battle. If it's a quick battle like on a lot of these servers, then yeah. But yeah, so anyways, I digress. So this kid had this video, so I went and I checked it out and I saw it was a PvP video and I saw that he was a squeaker. And right off the bat, those were two things that had kind of turned me off from the video. And I sat there and I tried to watch the entire video. And by the time that I got like probably a solid 3 minutes through the video, he was doing like the whole screaming PvP thing. And I was just like, nope, I'm done. And I just left. Like,
well, I do you guys remember AC Tennis AC?
no.
I've heard of
Okay.
him.
Okay. So he has like 260,000 subs. And he's
Yeah.
even been mentioned in a lot of Mindcracker videos. Like I remember Vintage Beef. He took one of his elevator designs. He mentioned it. I know a lot of the guys had talked about him. He hasn't posted in 11 months for whatever reason. But I think he's about Steph's age. Has almost the exact same voice. Like it's scary how similar their voice is. His is a little higher. This AC Tennis AC guy is a little higher, but I mean, he makes mature videos. He makes videos that show really really cool things. I mean, he's got all kinds of videos about weird stuff like a printer in Minecraft, an escalator in Minecraft, different all kinds of different designs for different things. He's got new innovative ideas, just like fun little things you can do in survival with redstone. All these different things. And he's a little kid with a really squeaky voice, but people still treat him as if he was any other YouTuber who was making a video. So no, I don't think that your voice will impact the amount of subscribers you have.
Yeah, first time I tried to record, I was freaking terrified. Like I didn't know what to do. I basically like wrote down everything. I wrote down everything I need to do on a piece of paper. Like, and I said it like as if I was reading in a play.
Like a script.
Yeah, and it was still super scary. Like I had to cut out a few portion of that part because like I completely failed like one part, and I had to do like 3 takes, I think.
I actually used to blueprint like for the first majority of my YouTube career up until the past like probably whenever I started doing creative building. I used to always lay out a blueprint of the topics that I wanted to go over in the specific video, and I wanted to go over the specific things that I wanted to show. So I had like basically 2 different blueprints that I would be looking at as I was creating content. And I would go down like what it was that I was doing in that particular video, or what I was doing in that particular like recording session, and then the things that I wanted to talk about, and then I would like try to match them together. Like, you know, whenever you go to like a Chinese restaurant and they've got like the mix and match two like entree things that you can do, and like entrees.
Oh,
and you
Mix and match 2 entrees.
you can mix like lo mein with like General Tso's chicken, or like stir fry with peanut chicken, and like you basically just choose like those two things, and like they're the two little sections. I basically wrote out a list of the things that I wanted to do and the list of topics that I wanted to talk about, and I would try to connect like the two, so I'd have like these crazy like connections in between them. So I'd be like, okay, whenever I'm building this part of the structure, I want to be talking about this, and then while I'm building this part of the structure, I want to be talking about this, and then while I'm exploring, I want to talk about this, because I felt as if it fit everything a lot more. And then it also kind of brought me to the point where once I started to get comfortable with it and I knew what I should be doing while I was making the videos, it made that whole process a million times easier. Like now I actually just record full screen, because it's a million times easier for me just to sit down and just go, because I've learned that people just kind of expect me to ramble. And that's another thing, because I don't think, like, I think that with Steph, well, like with Steph and Willie Goat, I've noticed that on the videos where, well, I haven't seen this with Steph, but I know I've seen this with Willie Goat. But like I love Willie Goat. I love watching his videos. I think he's hilarious. I love his personality and everything. But there have been a lot of instances where he'll have like a talkie video, and I just like I'll just kind of zone out and just turn it off after a few minutes, because I'm just like I'll have to watch that later. And then again, since I don't watch a lot of YouTube, I tend to just kind of shut it off. But like I completely just lost my train of thought, like in the middle of the thought. Oh yeah, but anyways, like, do you guys think that like younger kids should be trying to do talkie videos, or do you feel as if it should just stay like straight up, here's what we're doing as we're creating content? Or like,
I think the younger people, they shouldn't try talkie, because when I did that talkie in my episode 4, I think, I was like sweating from head to toe as I did it. I didn't know what to say at all.
yeah,
Like I mostly talked about my time on Myth, but I ran out of stuff to talk really quickly, and I
Yeah.
lost my train of thought a lot.
yeah,
So like I think it should fall to the people with more practice in like acting and drama and stuff.
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that when a kid is doing YouTube, I don't think before they do a video, they think to themselves, is my voice too high or too annoying to do a talkie video? I don't think that that's the general thought process that they have. I know that that's not the thought process I had, but I didn't make talkie videos back when I had a semi-squeaky voice. But I mean, even when I'm doing talkie videos, like Steph said, I find myself sometimes losing my train of thought, because you have to focus on the game. You have to focus on talking at the same time. So maybe when you're a younger kid, maybe you just you try to do them and you end up not doing it because, hey, kids, they don't have a train of thought. They just kind of do what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think that a kid shouldn't do a talkie episode or just YouTube in general because of their voice. I mean, if that's the thought process that they have, if they're self-conscious about their voice, I don't think that anyone is going to discourage you about that or undermine you about your voice unless you let them do it. Unless you're acting like an immature little brat, no one's going to treat you like an immature little brat.
See, the thing that I tend to think about with the whole topic in general is with like just being an entertainer in general, coming from somebody who was like a touring musician and now I do YouTube and everything, but luckily I haven't really had to deal with this. But being an entertainer in general, it requires a really, really tough skin. And I've noticed that a lot of the kids that I've talked to that have wanted to aspire to be YouTubers or whatever, they just want to get into it because they see all these other people that have kind of been or they've had a rough life or whatever, and they just kind of want to talk about it. They feel, hey, I've also had a rough life, so I should also talk about this. But the my biggest concern about being a younger commentator on YouTube is that if you subject yourself to that mentality, or that I suppose that forum, that world of direct criticism, where whatever you say, somebody on the internet could see it and just hate you for it. And if it's somebody who's like been bullied a lot or whatever else, if that's the case, then like YouTube could really, really mess them up. And I know that like originally it was just, do you think that people take you less serious about it? A big reason why I thought about that is because a lot of times people would probably hear a younger kid and just assume, I don't want to watch this kid's videos because he hasn't had any life experiences or anything. And like especially with somebody like Pyro, where I think he just recently turned like 18 or 19, didn't he?
I think he's 20 now.
Oh, is he 20?
He's been in college.
I don't even know. But yeah, like I know that he started off as a younger commentator, and like with him, like even with me, like a lot of times with Pyro's videos, I don't really watch his videos anymore, because whenever he gets into these really like kind of talky videos, even though I love watching talky videos, but even though whenever he gets into them, me as an adult, I kind of watch him and go, I can't relate to this. Like, I don't really feel like this kid's really experienced it.
Yeah, the first video that Pyro was in, he sounds like Miles right now.
Yeah. He was really, really young. But yeah.
I think it was 15 or 16.
I just think it's weird because, like, I know why a lot of these younger people are starting up YouTube channels, but I don't know. It really is something that I tend to think about a lot, because especially for people that are, well, as we all know, I mean, we've all experienced people that like have like temper problems, or they've been bullied a lot in high school, and they really want to do this YouTube thing just because they want somebody to back them up. Like, I don't know. To me, it seems like a good idea if you kind of have the proverbial suit of armor, or if you have tough skin. But if you don't, and you don't want to take criticism or anything like that, I probably wouldn't suggest it. I'd probably just stick to tutorials or something if you're going to do like, and even with those, you don't even need to talk. So people don't really need to know that you're doing it. Like, I know Sacred Redstone just recently put up a video where it might have been around Christmas. It was a while ago. But he put up a video where there was no audio. It was just music. He wasn't talking, and it broke down the redstone into the circuits. And like, I mean, that video gets a ton of views, and it's just because it's in depth without having to without him actually having to say anything. And I know he's a younger kid, and people seem to take him serious. So yeah.
He sounds like
just how you care. It's how you carry yourself.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to. It's how you carry yourself, not what you sound like. It's what you're talking about and how you're talking about it.
All right. Well, that was a really good topic. I like that one. So now something that I already know, but a lot of people in the Hexion group, or a lot of people that have been following Hexion and whatnot, you guys don't, or they don't know this. So now kind of what I want each of you guys to do, like Effects, I'm going to put you in the guest spot. And you guys can decide who goes first, but basically I want each of you guys to tell me, it's kind of like a 2-part question. I want to tell me your progression with Hexion, like your history with Hexion, how you got to the point of joining up to where you are now, and why you think that Hexion works better than other SMPs out there.
Okay. Well, I think the way I got onto Hexion was about not this time last year, maybe in about 3 months that time last year. I was invited to a Pixelmon server hosted by the Two Crafty people, and so I played on there a bit. I made a series about it, and String happened to be on that server as well. And I remember getting onto the server. There was nothing around but a couple of trees, a couple of like the little apricorn farms that they had in Pixelmon, and then there was this huge Oriental bridge, and you can guess who made that.
I still don't know how to play Pixelmon. I have no idea what's going on with that.
So the first image I get when I get onto this server is bare bones extreme hills biome, just this huge detailed Oriental bridge out in the middle of the nowhere, and then everything else is just natural. And I get on there. I was like, "Who made this bridge?" "Oh, that was String. He spent all night on it." I was like, "Okay, cool." And so that server lasted for maybe a month, I'd say.
Something like that.
Yeah, and it went down because there had been some things with about like the makers of Pixelmon doing some shifty stuff with their advertising and who was making videos about their mod, and so that eventually went down. But I had gotten subscribed to String from that, and we had talked a little bit in the team speaks and Skype calls that they had going on, so I knew him a little bit, not too much. And so then a couple months down the line, String puts up this video called Mathrintia Road to Build Team. And I was like, hey, I know that guy String. And I also thought, hey, I know Mathrintia, because I had seen BOO's build school, and he had talked about Mathrintia on there. So I kind of knew what it was. I'd never been on the server, but I was familiar with it.
Yeah.
And so I watched the video and was like, that's a really cool premise. He kind of took something from Call of Duty and put it in Minecraft on a server.
Yeah. A creative
Call
server.
of Duty?
Yeah. Because back in the day, they used to have Road to Commanders, where you would basically document from the first time that you start the new game all the way up to whenever you reach Commander, which was the last level. So I kind of took that premise and then just applied it to the creative server, or to the Mathrintia creative server, because there was a ranking system, and it's a slow process as well.
And so I get on Mathrintia, and I start a Road to Build team, after which I asked String if it was okay if I did it. Yeah. But besides the point. So that's how I got involved with Mathrintia. I stayed out on there for a while. I had a lot of fun recording the series. I had fun building on there, and I met people. I got more acquainted with String. I got to meet people like Steph and Game Master and I'm Not a Bucket and Sarah Bell and all those people. And with all those people, we ended up creating Hexion. I'm Not a Bucket. Dan had come to me one day and he was like, "Would you be interested in being on a vanilla SMP server?" And I was like, "Why not? Let's do it." I had to think about it for a little bit.
Well, first you said no.
Yeah, first I had said no because I had bad experiences with SMPs in the past. I mean, you always get on them and they're run by a bunch of 15-year-old kids wanting to be like Minecraft.
Yeah.
I was getting to that. So don't interrupt me ever again. So that's kind of how it went down. And so I'm added to this Skype chat one day. And, we've got Hexion, and we started up the world, and there was all these different things going on. I mean, it went all right for a while. Things were a little bit shaky because, not everyone was okay with all the people we were adding. Some people didn't get along with other people. There wasn't a lot of interaction in the community. Everyone was very isolated. And so we didn't really know what we were doing because it was we kind of started it up without planning.
Yeah.
But so that went on, and then we ended up losing our world, and we had to start up a new server, or a new Hexion and a new world, and that's basically where we are now. So that's sort of how I got acquainted with Hexion, how I got on it, and things are going great. So,
but like, why do you think that we work? Like, why do you think that we, like, us as a group, as I think there are like 5 or 6 of us at this point, why do you think that we were able to make it work throughout? Because the server was down for what, like 4 months?
Something like that.
We still all gamed together like every single day. We played on other servers together. Yeah, like we did all kinds of stuff. Yeah, we were playing like survival games. We did all kinds of stuff. So like, why do you think that worked?
Well, bottom line is we like each other. Back before Hexion went down, there were a lot of people that had issues with each other.
Yeah.
People were getting into fights, and people kept going to other people to solve it for them. And then it just led to this whole big mess of hostility to where no one wanted to play on the server with each other. And so once that all got fixed, and once all the people who were creating drama were rooted out, we're all just sitting there. And when Hexion was down, we were waiting to get the hosting back up. We were playing like BSG every night. We were waiting for Atheon to come back up. And when Atheon did come back up, we built on there for a little bit. We were building
CubeCrowd.
We built on CubeCrowd. We built on Atheon for a little bit. We were playing BSG. We did all these things together. So we like each other, and because we like each other, we're constantly keeping contact with each other. And again, because of that, we're always doing collaborations with each other. and that means there's just more interaction. And whenever there's fights, it's not even really fights anymore because we know that we're all friends and it'll be resolved later, and that any fights that come about, they're all just about Minecraft. And then we're all mature enough to realize that it's just a game.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to hate each other, and we definitely don't hate each other.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing. That's why it works.
Or do we? No, just kidding.
I think another thing that really helps is the fact that we all respect each other.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that all of us do, like just in terms of the content that we create or the structures that we build or the organics that we build or whatever, I think that in general it really, really works because, again, it's not just a bunch of random people on the server just kind of like, hey, I filled out this application and you guys accepted me. It's more we are legitimately a group of friends. Granted, the age gap is a little stretched out at the moment, but we are all friends. I mean, we every single day. It's funny because we have the Hexion SMP chat, and we say not to call it, but we always end up adding every single person or almost every single person in the call every single day. So, like all day, every day. And it's nothing for us to be in a call for like 6 to 8 hours and stay up all night. Like I know Stoogie and we stay up all night and just build or talk or PvP or whatever all the time. And that's my favorite part about Hexion, honestly. Just the fact that we're all friends and we all respect each other. And what
one of my favorite parts about Hexion is like the variety. Like I know that the main part of Hexion is building, but we also like PvP like half the time.
Yeah.
We just mess around with each other, you and Miles at the redstone. And most of all, like a lot of us are good at making friends and starting conversations. I think that's what really gets like a group of friends or a community running.
Oh, definitely. So yeah, Steph, how'd you get on Hexion? I actually don't know this story.
Well, I'm gonna go a bit off topic. I'll come back to it later.
Okay.
So the first time I played on SMP, it was also a YouTubing SMP. I didn't do YouTube at that time, but I just looked on YouTube SMP applications, and I found one video, and I just filled out this entire freaking essay on why I wanted to join a server. Because I'm an Asian, you know. Then they accepted me, and they were actually it was two people, two owners. Mm-hmm. They were actually really awesome people. One of them was a good builder, or a decent builder at that time. One guy was he wasn't really good at anything, but was just good at making friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And then after 3 months, he was all happy. It just went down for some reason. The owner decided he doesn't want to do this anymore. I don't know why, but I just quit for a while, and I was like, done, no more SMP. And then he contacts me again, saying, hey, I started a new SMP again. You want to join? And I said, okay. And then 2 months later, it goes down again. And so I was freaking done with the SMP. I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But then when I got on Mithrintia, and Dan said, no. When I got on Mithrintia, and Willie Goat said, hey, I'm part of this Hexion group. And I was, no, it wasn't called Hexion at that time. It was just, hey, I'm part of Dan's not Hexion.
I'm part of this group.
Yeah, I'm part of this group. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm part of this SMP group. And I was like, what? SMP group? I want to join. Then Willie Goat said, yeah, talk to Dan. And I was like, hey, can I join this group? He was like, sure. You're not going to make YouTube videos? No. Oh, sure, join. And then after, it's pretty much the same story.
So it was Willie Goat. It was Willie Goat. Oh.
Pretty much.
I did not know that. I thought that you and Dan were really, really close or something. And he just invited you. Because I know you guys were always in Skype calls.
No, you were always in TeamSpeaks.
Well, the first time that I had ever jumped into a Skype call with Dan and Sarah and everybody, I remember it was just called Mithrintia group chat or something like that.
Mithrintia party
It was
chat.
originally going to be Mithrintia SMP.
Yeah,
but then we thought if rap wasn't going to be involved with it, we shouldn't call it that. And then we spent a whole other month thinking of a name.
The whole karaoke thing actually started afterwards, or way after I joined. Because at first it was literally just it was Mithrintia party group or something like that. And I remember I joined. It was Dan, Sarah, Steph, and like a bunch of other, I know Game was in there. A bunch of other random people were in there. And Steph was just playing his soundboard the whole time. And I joined for like 2 minutes and I was like, yeah, I got to go back to work. See you guys.
And then you sang the whatever Green Day song and changed all the words to rape or something.
No, man, that was a Blink-182 song. That was later on because that was because of Haley or because of Elfie.
Oh.
Because okay, the way that the whole Mithrintia karaoke party thing started was basically what Elfie used to do is she would call me. And then we would sit there and we'd kind of like chat for a little bit, just kind of chat about whatever. And then she'd start adding more and more people. So like she just kept adding these people. And then she'd be like, Andre, can you play a song for me? Just play me a song. Just play me a song really quick. And like I would seriously have to go like, well, one day I went 13 hours just playing guitar straight. And like whenever you're playing and singing for 13 hours straight, like you started to get really loopy. And that was whenever she had added like you and Tim, well, Lightbane, and like a whole bunch of other people. And like I was just exhausted of trying to play guitar and sing this whole time. So I just started like singing the dumbest songs I could think of. And like I started singing like Blink-182 songs, but I wasn't singing like the good songs. I was singing like the B-sides. Whereas like I Wanna F a Dog, when You F'd Grandpa. I don't know. I was singing like all those dumb songs. But yeah, so then as time progresses, like Haley and we started to get closer and closer. And then Dan was like, "Hey, so I'm trying to start up this SMP for YouTubers. Are you interested?" And I went, "Hell no." He was like, "What? Why not?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't really talk to anybody on there, so no thanks. I'm good." And he was like, "No, dude, like, come on, it'll be a lot of fun. Just come join us. And plus, I want to start up a YouTube channel. It'd be great to have you on the server, so that way I can kind of learn how to do YouTube videos better, and like we could do collaboration work and whatnot." And I was just like, "So basically what you're saying is you want me on the server because you want to try to use me for your video content?" Nah, hell nah. So I kept saying no over and over and over again. And then finally he comes back to me like a couple weeks later and he goes, "Hey String, you want to join this SMP?" And I was like, "Nope." And he was like, "Well, right now it's basically just me, Sarah, and Elfie." And I was like, "All right, I'm in." As soon as I heard that Elfie was going to be on there, I was like, "Heck yeah, let's do this." So I agreed to it. And then after I had agreed to it, I was just like, okay, well, I'm just going to hop on, do my thing. And like at first, it took me forever to convince Effects to actually join with me. I was like, dude, I don't do anything unless it works. And I know for a fact that I cannot make this work by myself because I don't know the other people. So I need to make sure that there's going to be at least one other like serious person on the server with me. And I kept trying to get Effects to join, or I kept trying to convince him to join. And then finally, like Effects and I both decided we're going to hop on. The very first night was hell.
Oh my god, I got killed by a endermite.
But that's not even the worst part. I hopped on. I was like running away trying to get started because it was nighttime as soon as I joined. And then you end up joining. And then once you joined.
It was this amazing, like this freaking 40 zombie long train of mobs. I got like, skeletons were shooting at me like military snipers, and zombies were like juggernauts. And then I get shot into an endermite. I keep saying silverfish.
Dude, that's not even the worst part. The worst part is I dug a hole down into the ground. It was just like a staircase down. I was like, dude, here, just run in here really quick and then just close it up behind you. You run down the staircase down to my branch mine, don't close it up, and then all of these zombies and skeletons come down the stairs and just start destroying me. So they kill me so fast, and then I can't get back to all my stuff because there are tons of zombies down in this hole. Like I can't get to it, so whatever. And I was just like, whatever, it's all you now, man. And I just went and did my own thing. And like the whole time we're just screaming, having a good time. Like right then and there, I knew it was going to be a really, really good experience. Like at least for like the entertainment side of things. But like then from there, I mean, like you had said, there was like all this random drama that was starting. Like for whatever reason, I kept getting put in between like boyfriend and girlfriend battles, and then like they'd come and talk to me and they're like, well, I need you to know that like I hate her because of this, and then the girl would come over and she'd be like, I just hate him because he's just this, and I was like, why do I care? Like I just want to play video games with you guys. And like it was really funny because then out of nowhere Dan ends up just saying, or I think, did he say it in a video, or maybe he said it on Mathrenty or something, but he was just like, yeah, I'm not admin of Hexion anymore, it's String. And I was like, what? How did I get put in charge of this? Like, I don't want to do that. I just want to hop on a server and build, man. And like, I wanted nothing to do with any of the drama, and it was so stressful. And like, again, I kept like trying to create content. I kept trying to like force it out there because I don't like to do like I don't like to agree to things that I don't know, or if I don't know it's going to work. And like I kept trying to like force Hexion to work. And then finally towards the end of the first season of Hexion, that was whenever like we all started talking all the time. And we all started like actually gaming together all the time. Like I started to get Dragon out of her shell. And like, I mean, she and I were like attached at the hip forever. Like we had started like all the mob grinder stuff, because like she just loves Etho. So because of that, she was really interested in that, and I just love to do mob grinders. And then like we had like devised this entire plan for this crazy scheme where we were just gonna like screw everybody over. And like then from
is that Project Sheboygan?
No. So then at that point,
Finally, no.
At that point, no, that was the Durg, or what did we call it? We called it like, what was it? It was
King of the Ender Butthole.
Bring Realty or something, or Stragon Realty. Like it was basically like our little realty service that we said that we were going to start up. Like the whole point was we were just going to try to screw everybody out of all their redstone and diamonds and just sign them up for these subscriptions that they could not back out of. But yeah, like we never ended up being able to get that going. But because of that, and because like Dragon and I had connected, and Effects and I had already connected because of Road to Build team, and then like we started like opening up and introducing more people into like the smaller group, because we started like I said, I mean everything started off as a smaller group. Even with Hexion, whenever I first started off, even though I played with Effects, it was pretty much just myself on the server, and a lot of people kept complaining. They were like, you're on this SMP, but you never do anything with anybody else. So basically what I did, not what I did, but like what we had all done is we had basically started off our smaller groups. Like it was me and Effects, me and Dragon, Dragon and Steph, you two had your little, like, it's not even like a love thing. It's just, you guys just bicker a lot. You bicker like an old married couple, and it cracks me up.
Like me, like Paul Sons Jr. and Vex, because we were neighbors on the server.
Yeah. So yeah, like you two had your own little thing, and then eventually we just kind of realized, hey, why don't we just kind of all group up? And for whatever,
that's when Stoogie started playing a lot.
Yeah, then Stoogie started actually showing up on the server, and like we killed his horse. Like we had these small stories together, and yeah, like we started to really build this community that honestly I've never seen a community like this anywhere. Because honestly, I think that anything could happen between any of us right now, and we would be able to just resolve it, like Effect said. Like it doesn't matter if it's in game, out of game, anything. Like even with other players that we've had beef with, we can still go and talk to those people, but we know that they're not necessarily within the Hexion group. So like the biggest reason why I think that we work is the same reason why everybody else said it, or it's the same thing that everybody else said. I basically feel as if with the Hexion group in general, we are all friends. Like we've talked to other people from other SMPs, and not everybody from the other SMPs are all friends. Like we had even tried to set up a SMP versus SMP UHC, and the other group, they had way more people than us, but they couldn't find 4 people that all wanted to play the game together.
Yeah.
And that's just ridiculous. Like if if anybody were to come to us and say, hey, we want to do like a 7v7 UHC, you guys down? We would be able to find, like, every single one of us would say, heck yeah, and we'd all like be completely ready for it.
Yeah.
Like there's no dawdling about it with it, because again, like, we all talk on a regular basis. We're all friends. We don't have these tiny little like canceled knit groups, I guess. Like it's not exclusive at all. And I know with a lot of people, they keep coming to our channels or whatever, and they keep going, hey, can I apply for Hexion? Can I do this? And I keep trying to tell people that Hexion is not something that you can exactly apply for, because there is no application. There's no way to really just go out and openly apply. Like, it doesn't matter how many subs you have. It doesn't matter like how many followers on Twitch you have. It doesn't matter how many followers on Twitter you have. None of that matters. It doesn't matter how great of a PvPer you are, a builder, any of that stuff. None of that matters to us, because the most fundamental element of what Hexion is and how we work is friendship. And it's true. Like, if you can't hop into a call with us and joke around with us like on a regular basis, and like if you can just, I don't know, if you can't handle what it is that we do, then odds are you're probably not going to get onto Hexion. And a lot of times if you fanboy or fangirl over us too much, it's going to turn us off as well. We've had that happen before.
Names pop into mind.
But yeah, like that's a huge thing for me. Like, usually if somebody starts fanboying or fangirling over us, I'm usually just like, yeah, I don't think you'd really enjoy just hanging out and playing video games with us. Like, I don't know, it just, because then I don't feel like they're treating us like people. I feel like they're treating us like celebrities, you know?
Yeah.
Or like we're the piece of pie.
Yeah, like, yeah, yeah, pie. But yeah, we've actually gone a little bit over the amount of time that I wanted to go over today. But this was a really, really awesome session, I guess, or a really awesome.
This is a really good podcast, though. Like,
yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed recording it. So, you guys have any final remarks?
Nope. Oh, maybe no.
You have anything, Effects?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah. All right. So the last thing I'm going to say is, if you guys start up an SMP, not you two, but if anybody out there who's watching this, you guys want to start up an SMP, make sure everybody on the SMP is your friend, because as you've heard from 3 of us now, that's what's made us last this long. So
yeah, and we're gonna be better than you. So if you even try,
Yeah.
I mean,
so just drop it. 'Cause it
on a
doesn't
scale
matter.
Shoot
of
you
1
down.
to Hexion, how good's your SMP? See you later.
I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.